Good evening and welcome to the first Birds of Essex in 2024. Hello, Steve. How are you?
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. It seems a little bit late in the month to be saying that, but Happy New Year. Yeah, why not?
Happy New Year to those Birds of Essex watchers.
Exactly. Yeah, and thanks to everyone for tuning in as always. So, we got our usual show this evening. We've got lots of bits and pieces coming up, but we're going to make it a little bit shorter, aren't we? I think this evening.
Yeah, we've had as you probably, for those who are regular watchers, have probably realised that we do waffle on a bit, and sometimes we go a little bit longer than the show's planned. So yeah, tonight we're going to keep it much, much shorter.
Yep. So we're looking to stick to sort of 90 minutes or less. So thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Bye. Do you think they fell for that?
Some would have done.
Viewing figures just go. No, seriously, we are going to try and stick to 90 minutes tonight, aren't we?
We are.
Because
That's where it
someone's
all
got
goes wrong, because we've spent 3 minutes just doing that. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we're already behind. But somebody's got to be up early in the morning.
yes, I've got a very early start in the morning. I've got working in Norfolk tomorrow. So yeah,
Yes.
so early to bed for me tonight, please.
Okay. No, so seriously, thank you very much for everyone watching. Hello, everyone. I can see lots of names on there. We'll run through people in a bit. As always, if anyone wants to comment or send anything in, obviously it looks like loads of you are already signed into the chat, which is great. But you can, if you wish to, either join the chat or email us at ebwstalks@gmail.com. That's ebwstalks@gmail.com. If you've got any photos, videos, anything like that, that we can show on the show this evening. We've already got some lined up, but we'll try and fit them in if you do send them in while we're live. If we miss anything, apologies, but hopefully we'll try and show everything a bit later on.
What we got coming up tonight?
Well, how's your birding year started? So we want to know, have you been out? If you've been out, do you list? If you list, what are you on? Whether it's for Essex or further afield. Yeah, just how's your year started really? So if you can pop that in the chat, be good to see some numbers. And well, what are you on, Steve?
My Essex list is 131.
Okay.
Which is
I'm not gonna tell you mine then. I think I'm on 103, which if I swap the 3 and the 0 around, I'm only one behind you.
There you go.
Excellent.
Yeah, very close. But it's not all about, it's not a race, is it? It's not a race.
No,
it's just a bit of fun. It's cool. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't have to keep a list, you know, it is just a bit of fun. I know lots of people that don't bother keeping lists. They just go out, go bird watching, record what they see, and just enjoy doing that, which I think is really probably a really good way of doing it, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, what are you looking forward to in 2024? So have you got anything planned this year, bird-wise? Have you got any trips planned for later in the year? Are there any target species that you've never seen before that you're going to try and catch up on later this year? So let us know. Talk to us. What's coming up on the show, Steve? What have we got coming up?
Well, so we've got our usual roundup of the sightings that's been seen in the county the last few weeks. It's still photo competition. Photo competition is still running.
It is.
It's only got about another, what we're looking at,
3 weeks, something like 2 or 3 weeks.
A couple of weeks left now.
Yep.
So if you haven't got your entries in for the photo competition, please get them in as soon as possible. I think you've already had quite a lot of entries already, which is great.
Yes.
We can do some more. So
yes. No, definitely. We'll show you how to do that a little bit later on. We've got a special guest coming up. We're not going to say who or what. It might not be a person.
No. It's difficult if it's not a person, to be fair, but
that could be like my cat or something, even though I haven't got one. But there you go. And we're gonna also
your cat.
I know it would be difficult. And we also got Bird of the Year contenders. So we weren't going to announce the Bird of the Year, but we now seem to have contenders. So a bit like Gladiators has come back. We've got contenders ready on Essex Birdwatching. So we'll be talking about that later on as well. And we're going to be looking at the upcoming events, including another ringing demonstration pop-up, which is coming very soon. So we'll tell you how you can find out about that. And we've got an exciting new feature, haven't we?
We have, which we'll mention a little bit later.
Yes, we will. And of course, all the photos and stuff that people have sent us in. So shall we crack on? First off, got a little bit of an apology to make. So Sean McQueen won the photo competition the last photo competition that we ran end of last year, the winter one, I think. Yes, and no, autumn. Sorry.
Awesome.
Oh God, it was going so well. And he did send a picture of himself in with his prize, which I normally show, but unfortunately I didn't see the picture until after we did last month's show. So I promised him that we'd share it at the beginning of the month, and there we go. Can you see that?
Well, what I can see is a very flash Christmas tree, mate. Oh,
I
the
know.
kingfisher. There's a kingfisher picture.
To be fair, when he first sent it through, I thought if he could send another one and just step slightly to the side so we can see the tree in its glory, because that is a spectacular tree. I
That's
like
an
that.
amazing tree.
Yeah, it's a very good tree. But the picture was also pretty spectacular as well, wasn't it? So
Yeah, it's a cracking shot of the kingfisher in flight. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, he looks pretty pleased that he won the competition. So thanks again and congratulations again, Sean. And I know it's a bit late, but we've shown you a picture, and get everyone in the festive spirit again for later this year, maybe. It's only 11 months to go.
Oh, don't say that. That's worrying.
My sister has a little counter, which on Boxing Day she changes it around to 364 days to go to Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, right. Membership. We're going to talk about membership, aren't we?
Yes. So membership is up for renewal on the 1st of January. So if you haven't got a standing order, you can send your what's the word? Renewal subscription.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very easy to do via the website.
You can do it online. So if you go onto the EBwS website and you click, I don't know if you can see my little hand pointer thing top right there, but you can click login, and then sorry, I'm lying. You click join renew. Apologies. So when you click the join renew screen at the top, it then comes down to this screen here, tells you a bit about the society, and you can choose which membership you want to go for. Click join now and follow the instructions right the way through. It's quite a straightforward process. You can put your membership number in if you know it, but even if you don't, if you are renewing, Pete Dwyer, our membership secretary, will pick up who you are, and he'll realize it's a renewal and not a new membership. But as you were saying, Steve, the best way of doing it is probably to set up a standing order.
Standing order. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very good way of doing it. Then the money just, you haven't got to worry about it. It's all sort of sorted for you. So
yeah,
this way. Yep. So yeah, please. And if you're watching this tonight and you're not a member, yeah, we'll talk about membership again a bit later on, what you get for your membership, but it's well worth joining.
Well,
while we're on that as well, on the usual thing, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Definitely.
So there's a little bell. There's a little bell on the screen. If you're watching this, if you're not subscribed, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up. No one's done it yet. See if we can get a few more followers tonight. That would be really nice.
Do you mean no one likes us yet? That's not very nice, is it? No one's liked us in 2024 yet.
No, it's worrying it.
Fair enough. Well, as long as we don't get any thumbs down, that's the main thing. I shouldn't have said that. Everyone's going to be kicking the thumbs down now. Yeah, so membership. Let's talk about membership now, Reed.
Why not? Let's just lean over.
Yeah, what do we get? You've got the fixture card, haven't you, Steve?
So I've got the fixture card. So you've got fixture card with all our great indoor meetings, outdoor meetings, everything you need to know about what we're doing and the committees. They're all on here. Excellent.
And the fixture card comes out in the summer issue of Essex Birding, which is our journal. So you get 2 copies of the journal each year. Journal's full of stuff. It's stuff that people have written and sent in to us. It's stuff that some of us have written ourselves, and lots of photos. Again, you can, if you enter the photo competition, there's a good chance your photo might end up in an issue of Essex Birding. So this is great. And of course, you also get yearly report, which Steve's going to tell us all about.
Yeah, so this is like the Bible of what's been seen in Essex throughout the year that's on the cover. Yeah, it's pretty much everything. So there's charts, graphs, excellent photography in there. Sean Nixon, the photographic editor, does a really good job. In fact, the whole team that put this together do an amazing job.
Neil Sumner, the editor, he coordinates it brilliantly, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So the proofreaders.
Every species that's been seen in Essex throughout the year counts. Yeah, it's a brilliant. There's a ringing section in the back, birds that have been ringed in Essex and recoveries. Yeah, it's a fantastic publication. And this is this retails for £12. Essex Birdings are £5 each. So I make that £22.
Yep. No, and membership is how much?
16.
Ah, I've said it before. I'm pretty sure I must be able to work out a way that if I joined like 100,000 times, I'd be a millionaire. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway, right.
yeah.
Um,
So yeah, so fabulous value for money. So please, if you're not a member, please join.
and if you do join, then why not buy some of our fabulous society merchandise? So we've got badges, like this one I've got on now. Notebooks. These are good. Yep, I use mine. We've got bags, shopping bags. Excellent. Keep calm and carry on birding. These are good fun. And again, I've got one of these, really handy. Keep it in the car. We've got t-shirts. Maybe not quite the season for t-shirts, but we've got more coming through. So at the conference, which we'll chat about later on, we're going to have all the t-shirts there. And we've got sweatshirts, which we're going to be bringing on Sunday, which we're going to tell you about later on. There's also a brolly available. And of course, the Essex Birdwatching Society cap, which is amazing.
Cool. Very nice.
Excellent. So there, details of all that stuff is on our website. There's a little merchandise menu near the top somewhere you can drop down and look at all the merchandise, or just email us info.ebws@gmail.com if you want anything, and we can send you back details of how to get your hands on those goodies.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Kevin O'Connor's just said best £16 he's ever spent. Kieran Barrera says he joined for he or her joined for £15.99.
Oh wow! Even that's an extra penny saved. I have to calculate that into my become a millionaire by saving money scheme, which obviously isn't going to work. But there you go.
But yeah, no.
we've got a bit of an appeal, haven't we? We're after a member of our committee, or a member for our committee. So, Steve, I don't know if you want to cover.
So we're still after an indoor meetings organizer. So we put together a program of indoor meetings from September through to sort of about April, and we're just looking for someone to sort of put together the program of events for us. So if you think you can do the job, you get support from the committee as well. We wouldn't just get left to it. Please drop us an email. That'd be much appreciated.
Yep. And again, the email for anything like that is info.ebws@gmail.com. So just to explain, we've got three main email addresses we use. There's ebwsphotos@gmail.com, ebwstalks@gmail.com. The photos is purely for the photo competition. The talks is really just for this. Everything else, anything else society related, is the main email, which is info.ebws@gmail.com.
So lots of people watching tonight.
Excellent.
We've got Richard Chew, Mel Shepherd-Wells, Ray Watson, Liz Huxley, Graham Lee, Paul Daughtry, Tim Hayward, Tim Davis. Crikey, we're going to be here all night doing the night shout outs. Susan Pembroke, Mo Jackson, Caroline White, Robin Wildlife, Stan Davis, Mike O'Hanlon, Frankie Robertson, Ron Furman, Paul Everett, John Norgate.
Oh my goodness. Anyone ask any questions or got any comments?
So yeah, we've got a let's just go back through them again. Yeah, Tim said it was a good day for birding today, which it was. John Norgate in his 10k square is on, or his 10k radius, he's on 118 species.
Brilliant.
That's pretty good, pretty much.
So just to explain, John Norgate basically puts a pin in his house and draws a 10-kilometer kind of square circle around his house, and he does all his birding within that area. It's kind of just to keep as carbon friendly as possible, and also to stay local and see what he can find locally. And he gets some really good birds, and it just shows that you don't have to go. We said it before. You don't have to go zooming around the countryside to watch birds. You can stay really local and enjoy the hobby. So yeah, well done, John. Appreciate that.
Robin Wildlife said he's saw his first red poles in Denmark last week, which is really good. Richard Chew's on 111 species to date, that includes Suffolk and Norfolk. Excellent. And he's hoping to get to Northern Ireland, including Rathlin Island in May. Well, that'd be good, wow. Richard.
That'd be good.
And Ivor Kerslake said his target first for this year is bullfinch. Any suggestions would be welcome.
Cool, Rocky.
Well, I think John Norgate has said Fingering Hoe is a good place. Rabness. I was leading a walk at Rabness yesterday, and we had three bullfinches there, and they were quite easy to see. What else have we got?
They're not the easiest Essex bird, though, really. They're quite sort of secretive, aren't they? I mean, I've had them at Ardley Reservoir as well. And
Yeah.
you occasionally get them on the Westlands estate in Colchester.
Yep,
Get them in there.
absolutely. Yeah. Oh, crikey. Where we go now?
Frankie
Yeah,
wants to know about the pop-up. So, yeah, stay tuned, Frankie. We'll tell you how to do that later on. And what else have we got?
I lost where I was now.
Isn't it? Kieran Barrera lives in central London near a pair of peregrines. So
Nice.
Kieran lives on top of a cathedral somewhere, probably, or up a really high tower.
With the
Maybe.
Archbishop, might be the Archbishop of Westminster or something.
Yeah. Kieran lives on top of the Tate Gallery. No, there's, I think, isn't there something like 26 pairs of peregrine in London?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, they're just doing so well.
Last time Tina and I were up there at the end of last year, we were by the river, and I said to her, worth scanning, I'd brought some binoculars with me, picked up a peregrine, and then off it took, and it chased a pigeon across the river.
Wow.
And came right over our heads. And Tina was shouting for the pigeon, and I must admit, I was I was shouting for the peregrine, but the pigeon did get away. So yes.
And then I think this must be Nick. Yeah, Nick Lay. He had a pair of cattle egrets at East Tilbury this morning, and some fantastic views of Kestrel.
Brilliant. That's good.
Tim Haywood said, try the woods behind Marks Hall for bullfinch.
Oh, okay, that's a good tip.
Oh, there's apparently 30 pairs of peregrine now.
Oh, 30. Good grief.
Wow, there you go.
That's amazing. It
yeah,
just shows you, doesn't it? London, sprawling London, full of concrete and buildings and glass.
Yeah.
30 pairs of peregrine there.
Yeah,
amazing.
Phenomenal.
Right, good.
So what's been happening?
Well, you better talk about the trip, because I didn't come, did I? I was a little bit poorly. So
you did. Unfortunately, you couldn't make it because you weren't feeling great. But yeah, we did our first coach trip of 2024 was down to Pulborough Brooks in Sussex. Fantastic RSPB reserve, very undulating, like some big flood meadows, and it was a fantastic day. Although, unfortunately, the day before, we had a message from the reserve to say that the water had packed up on the reserve or in the facilities, so there were going to be no toilets. So unfortunately, a few people had to drop out because it was sort of essential that they had facilities. And then on our way down to Pulborough, Sod's Law, 20 minutes before we got there, the water was back on again. So which is, I mean, it was just out of our control. So but we had a wonderful day, mooching about. We had a couple of nice, they were quite distant, but we had two nice views of white-tailed eagle,
right,
which are the Isle of Wight birds. And we had lots of widgeon, pintail, teal, some nice views of redpolls and tree creeper, nuthatch, and that sort of stuff. So really nice day out.
Yeah, good. And what was the weather like? Was the weather okay?
It was really good. Yeah, it was a bit like today, really. A bit less windy, but blue sky. Yeah, not too cold.
Did you see the eagle in flight or not? Did you?
We did. We had one perched with a crow, so you could see like the size of it. Yeah. And then the other one was in flight. Yeah, just like giant barn door, just flapping over the.
Yeah, superb. Right, while you're talking, I'm going to try and cover the emails as they come in, if they're coming in live. So Mike O'Hanlon has sent this in. This is his year tick for today, while he was down at Southend looking for a particular bird that we're going to talk about later on. And he had that, which is
nice.
A little shag. Yeah, very nice. So yeah, well done, Mike. And that's a very nice picture. It looks like a thoughtful shag, doesn't it?
It is. Probably looking up at all the bird watchers and thinking, what a motley old crew they are.
Yeah. Why has everyone come to see me today? I'm only a shag. Although, to be fair, shag's a good bird for Essex. You don't get that many of them, do you? So yeah.
No, absolutely.
And especially a picture like that. That's a cracking picture. So thanks, Mike. Brilliant. Right. What's next?
Nick's just said, what's the difference between lesser and common redpolls? I think they've been lumped back together again or somehow or other, but lesser redpolls are a bit darker brown on the back. Common redpolls a bit bigger and paler.
Common redpole is called Mealy. Is it Mealy redpole? The common redpole.
Yeah, Mealy redpole and common redpole are the same thing.
Yeah. So Mealy, like Steve's, bit bigger, a bit paler, basically.
Yeah. So I hope that helps.
Good. Right. So we had a talk as well, didn't we? We had an indoor talk.
Yeah, talk 3 weeks ago, I think, wasn't it?
And it was very, very good. It was Samantha Franks from the BTO, and she was talking about curlews and the work they're doing to kind of help curlews and waders in general and to preserve and encourage the habitat and to get things back to the state where these birds can hopefully thrive. She talked a bit about some reintroduction projects as well that are being done, and putting curlews in certain areas to help the local population. And it was a really interesting talk. Now, all of our talks, for those that don't know, hopefully you can see the screen.
Yep.
We have a YouTube channel, of course, because you're all watching via the YouTube channel. So everything is on here. Everything we've ever done is on here. And you've got the recently added section here. You've also got sections for the bird photography and for the V talks. We call them virtual talks.
Yep.
So Samantha's talk is on here. If you haven't seen it yet, it's well worth watching. It really is. It's a cracking talk. It took, I think it was an hour and a half, but she was excellent. She was really informative. And I just think it's such a great job that they do at the BTO. Anyone, BTO, RSPB, all the professionals that work so tirelessly on the land, and there's so much detail that goes into the research and getting the data to find out what's happening with these birds and why they're going there and why the population's going up or going down. It's incredible, really is. So yeah, well done.
Yeah, well done.
Please watch that. Good, right. Talking about things and trips and talks and stuff, we've got some coming up, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a busy few weeks, haven't we? We've got lots of great exciting stuff coming up, starting this weekend. So,
yes.
So on Sunday the 28th, which is in 2 days' time, we've got a winter birding day at Fingering Wick, Essex Wildlife Trust Reserve. So the Birdwatching Society are going to be there. We'll have the society stand. So if you want to come and join then as well, Membership Secretary Pete Dwyer will be there. And you'll better look at the publications, pick up some merchandise, get yourself a notebook, shopping bag, umbrella, the lot. You can fill your shopping bag with merchandise.
I would just like to point out we won't need the umbrella. The weather's set to be quite fine, actually, I think, isn't it? So hopefully it'll be a good day. So,
and then Annette and I have got our swallow birding holidays and day trips stand there as well. So we'll be advertising some of our event walks and stuff that we do and holidays. And Matt and we're going to be leading 2 walks. So we're going to do a walk at 10:30 and a walk at 1:30. And they're about an hour and a half-ish, the walks. And we'll just have a wander out, see what birds we can find. It's free. They're free walks to take part in. If you're not a member of the Wildlife Trust, they ask for a donation at the centre. And there'll be hot drinks, food available in the centre as well. And they sell bird food and other great stuff. So should be a really good day. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, you don't need to book. Just turn up. Turn up from 10 o'clock and park up, come in, say hi. And then, as Steve said, we're going to go for a walk. Just want to thank in advance all the staff at Fingering Wick, because they always do such a great job looking after us, keeping all the, everyone sort of fed and watered, so to speak. So yeah, they do a super job. Please come along. It's going to be a great day. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And there's been a black-necked grebe there actually recently, I think, hasn't there?
There has. Yeah, there has. And also we've got a few other committee members coming along to help out as well. So there'll be plenty of people on the walk to point out the birds. So
definitely, yes. It'll be good to see everyone there. Come and say hi. Also, this is obviously all on our website. So if you go to the events tab at the top here in field trips, we have a field trip coming up next month, don't we?
We do. So in another couple of weeks, so 2 weeks this Sunday, we're heading down to Wallasey Island. So if you've not been to Wallasey Island before, it's an amazing site. Really, really good. Huge site down the south of Essex. And it's really good at the moment for short-eared owls, hen harrier, merlin. There's a couple of black-throated divers around. It's just, flocks of wildfowl and waders. So yeah, it's a self-drive trip. So we just need to meet in the car park at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And I think you and I are leading that one because our society chairman and field trips organizer, he's off on holiday.
Yep, he's swanning off around the other side of the world. So he's
left us in charge, hasn't he? So he's a very trusting chap.
What could possibly go wrong, Steve?
Exactly.
I'll tell you what will go wrong. Everyone will turn up at 9 o'clock and you and I will still be in McDonald's.
other fast food places are available.
Of course, yes, of course. So yeah, everything's on here. Postcodes are on here for all the self-drive trips. So again, don't need to book. Doesn't cost anything. It's all free. Just turn up. You don't even have to be a member. Obviously, please join if you haven't joined already. But you can just turn up on these self-drive trips and come along and see how we do it. And then if you like what we're doing, you can join afterwards or later on. So yes, please come. Right.
Then also next Friday.
Yes. Oh yes. Hey, crikey, blimey, I missed the main event. Hang on a minute.
Well, we'll know about that, but
Here we go. Right. I haven't done any pictures or anything for this yet, but I'm going to be doing this in the next couple of days, I promise. So here we go.
fine, mate. Fine.
Bang. There we are. Right. At the top here.
Oh, there you go. Some bloke.
Yes.
Some dodgy characters doing a talk about Scotland, the wildlife and the wildlife and of the Highlands and Islands. So if you fancy coming along to talk about Scotland, that I'm going to present next Friday night in Chelmsford, please come along. Be great to see as many people as possible. I mean, last time I did a talk, I think it was like packed out. So
it was standing room. People
standing room only. So yeah, it'd be lovely to see lots of people on next Friday night, which is the 2nd of February.
Yes, please come along. Starts at 8 o'clock. If you get there sort of 7:30-ish, get a chance to have a chat with people and see the stuff that we're going to have on the tables as well. And all the details. So again, on our website, if you go to events and indoor meetings at the top here, there's a big paragraph at the top telling you a bit about it, where to park, where it's being held. It's the Quaker Meeting House in central Chelmsford. Members, it's £3, and non-members, again, more than welcome. Just an extra £1 for non-members.
Yep.
So yes, have a look at that. And seriously, I'm not even going to take the mickey now. Steve's talks are always really, really good. He's got loads and loads of photos lined up. It's informative. It tells you a bit about the area as well as the birds. And just, yeah, really, really good talks. So I know a few of you have already been to one or two of his talks. So please come along. It's going to be good fun. It'll be good to see you all. Right. And then we've also got...
Don't forget, if you want, they do refreshments at half time. So if you've got a, what they call them, one of those reusable mug things. Yeah, that's it.
Bring a mug.
Come along. I think it's 50p or something for a coffee or tea and biscuit. It's the only reason I do the talk is for a biscuit. So
I've just thought I haven't had barn owl yesterday. Can I tick that?
Yeah.
Thanks. Brilliant. Okay. Right, and also we've got something major coming up in March.
We have, yes. So we've got the society conference, which is we do every 2 years.
And there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Well done.
So can't quite fit it on the screen in one go, but it's on Saturday, the 23rd of March. It's at the Writtle University College, held in the Northumberland Lecture Theatre. We've got 2 side-by-side theatres again this time round. So we've already got around 100 people coming, and we haven't really started pushing it yet. So we're already kind of half full. £25 per person. There are 6 speakers. Subjects include Captivated by Wildlife, Birds Live in Concert. Sounds interesting. Britain's Bird Life, What the Future Might Hold. Avian Reintroduction, Past, Present and Future. And Essential Birding Gear from Evolution to Revolution. There's another talk coming as well, which I haven't got details of just yet, but we've got lots of good speakers. We've got Roy Atkins, Paul Howden-Leach, Phil Atkinson, Malcolm Osden, Matt Phelps. There's lots of talks going on. There's also display stands, exhibitor stands from Viking Optics, Swallow Birding are going to be there. Liz Huxley is going to be there. The RSPB are going to have a stand as well. And there's several other stands available to browse beforehand and at lunchtime and even afterwards. And we've got a raffle. And the raffle hasn't got quite as many prizes as last time because it did drag on a little bit last time, but the prizes are better. So we have a fantastic pair of Osprey 8x42 binoculars, a pair of Kestrel 8x42 binoculars. Steve's very kindly offered to do a bespoke birding day for 2. That's a raffle prize, which is great. You did know about that, didn't you?
I did know about that. Yeah, it's not a shock. Don't worry.
There's a pair of there's a pair of Celestron binoculars. There's sweatshirts, there's books, DVDs, coach trip, free membership for a year, and more. So it's going to be a really good raffle at the end of the day. Please come along if you want to come. and you haven't already expressed an interest, if you can email us at info.ebws@gmail.com. So info, it's just down here. Here we go somewhere. info.ebws@gmail.com, and let us know that you're interested, and we will be in touch and let you know how to get your tickets. And the event is being kindly sponsored by Viking Optical this year as well. So they're going to have a great big stand there. They're going to have some of their own stuff, and they're going to have some of the sort of Swarovski and Zeiss and those kind of things as well. So it's going to be a cracking day. Really looking forward to that.
Excellent. Yeah,
right.
Really, really good. Yeah, a few comments coming in. Yeah, Pete Dwyer's just listed a few members. So if anyone's watching, have a look at the chat with all the names of the new members in there.
Excellent.
Yeah, Mick Woodruff, evening, Mick. He says, Fingering Hoe this Sunday. Anyone that has not been before, he highly recommends it. So that's good. Kieran wants to know how Fingering Hoe got its name.
Oh, better not go there. It's before 9 o'clock. We can't tell you.
To be fair, I think it's to do with the finger of land, isn't it?
It is, yeah. As far as I know, yes.
The finger.
I did know this before, but to be fair, I think I've forgotten. I've forgotten more than I know generally in life, to be honest with you. But yeah, I did look up the reason previously, and there's an explanation on Google somewhere, I think. So it's an interesting name, but it's an even more interesting reserve. So
yeah,
gonna really look at that one.
Nick Warner's just joined us. Evening, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Richard Chu's looking forward to his first conference. You won't be disappointed. Really, really good. So yeah, that's it so far.
Good. Right. Okay. Next bit, because we are kind of slipping. Right. So let's move it along. We're going to talk about this, aren't we? Now, this is amazing.
Oh yes. So yeah, very, very, very kindly. So a few weeks ago, obviously I know a lot of you probably know Abberton Reservoir, but David Bradnam, good friend of the society, put together this very amazing interactive map. So this complements the sort of the video that Matt and I did about Abberton, which is on our YouTube page to watch. That if you go onto our website and scroll through, you'll find a link to this map, and it tells you where to park, where to view from. So if you don't know the area that well, or there might be places you don't even know about. But yeah, it's a fantastic map, and David's put it all together.
Brilliant. Absolutely superb.
Matt's doing a bit of a demo of it here.
Yeah, I mean, all you've got to do basically when you log in. So from our website, if you go to this is the homepage. We've got these two on the front at the moment. They'll both disappear after the weekend. But if you wait for it to scroll, or you can click the little arrow just at the bottom here, then the Abberton Reservoir interactive map is on here. And this is how it starts. So you can just zoom in, click on any of these, and then it pops up at the side to tell you what the symbol is. So if you're not sure, I don't know, where Billett's Farm Screen is, there you go, that's Billett's Farm Screen. And that is Billett's Farm Car Park.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so this, David did it all off his own back, I think, because people have obviously been asking where places were. So, I mean, for example, Lodge Lane, you've got the Lodge Lane viewpoint just here, and you've got the Peldon Bay viewpoint just here. So people hear these names. And I just think this is a brilliant idea, and really want to thank David so much for taking the time to do this and for letting us use it on the website. It's superb. Really good.
Because I think also there was a few issues with people going to places where they weren't allowed to go.
Yes.
Completely innocent. They weren't trespassing deliberately, but this just puts everyone straight, and it says like no access to fields.
Yep.
And where you should park rather than park in lanes and stuff like that. So absolutely.
So this is the Abberton Church viewpoints. You've got two churches, Abberton Church, Layer Church, which is on the other side. And as Steve said, I think this field, people were kind of just standing in here watching, perfectly innocent, didn't realise they were doing some harm. But there's been, birds in this field which are potentially being disturbed by people being in it. Well, not potentially, they will be disturbed. Yeah. So stick to the path, stick to the viewpoints. But I just love this map. I think it's brilliant.
Great. No, thank you, David, for putting that together. It's really, really good.
Yeah, thank you so much. Right, good.
Photo competition.
Yeah, photo competition. Let's show that as well very, very quickly. So Steve mentioned earlier on, for anyone that hasn't entered the photo competition just yet, if you, once again, we're doing lots of screen sharing tonight. I've got to be really on the button with this. Here we go. So once again, from our website, one of the scrolly screens here, there we go, that one there. EBwS photo, bird photography competition, winter 2023-24. And it just goes through all the rules. It tells you where to send the photos to. Yeah, just explains how it all works. So go to our website. If you haven't already entered the photo competition and would like to, your photo could be taken with a camera. It could be taken with a digiscoping, phone scoping, with your phone itself. You know, it could be it could be with a remote camera, a trail camera, anything at all, as long as it's bird related and in Essex between the 12th of November and the 10th of February, you can send it in and we will consider it. All of them get shown on a video, which is then uploaded to YouTube as well. So if you look on our channel, there's videos from the past 2 or 3 competitions. Plus, there is a good chance, as I mentioned earlier on, that your photo will be featured in the next issue of Essex Birding as well. So it's a good way to get your photo published if you want to. Good. So please enter that. Right. We've got a new feature, haven't we?
We have got a brand new, exciting for 2024, drum roll, new feature. And it is called...
Well, if I said to you, you were going to log online and try and buy something secondhand from a well-known website, you would probably think of websites such as maybe Gumtree or eBay, possibly.
Maybe.
So we have now come up with an idea called EBwS.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, right.
I don't think we're infringing any copyright or anything with that.
That didn't really warrant a drum roll either, did it? No, seriously, all this is a little feature. We did it a couple of months ago. I think Tim Hayward was selling a scope.
Yep.
We mentioned it on here. So tonight, my beautiful assistant is going to be discussing the things that are for sale this evening.
So we've got...
Oh, there should be some music, shouldn't there? Bum, bum, bum. Actually, no, let's not do singing. We did that last time. Yeah, okay, right, go on.
So we've got a few things for sale. So we've got a pair of Swarovski EL 10x42 WB Field Pros. They come with a functional side bag, which is not supplied as standard. So it's a slightly more upmarket case for the binoculars. They're 2 years old, got original boxes, £1,350, and they're in really good nick. So if you're looking at changing your binoculars, these are well worth having a look at.
Yeah, the EL 10x42s are absolutely superb. They're brilliant. They're really, really good.
And then we have, down beside me, we've got a Swarovski ATS 65 with a 20 to 50 eyepiece, which is, to be fair, it's mine. And it's in really good nick. Yeah, it's all good. Perfect glass. Decent.
Stay on case.
Stay on case. Yeah.
Stay on case is good.
It's all good.
And the 25 to 50 eyepiece, that's the wide angle one.
It's a 25 to 50 wide angle lens. So it's a good, really good eyepiece. It's nice and light. Yeah, good condition. And I'm asking for £1,200 for that. I've recently changed my scope and I don't need this anymore. So if anyone wants to, it's for a good home, please contact us. And then last but not least, I'm having a bit of a tidy up, clear out. Anyone into photography? I've got a nice Sigma 105 macro lens for a Canon. It's a Canon fit. So it's a Canon SLR fit. It comes with case, lens hoods. There's a filter, UV filter on there. And I'm asking for £200 for that. So anyone into insect photography, wildflowers, contact us.
That's the HSM version with the optical stabilization as well.
Optical stabilizer in the lens as well.
I've got the same lens for my Nikon, and it's a brilliant lens. It's a really good lens. So,
and again, I'm only getting rid of it because I've got a different lens now, and the macro is really good on that, and I don't need 2 lenses. So if anyone's interested, what's the email address, Matt, again?
So yeah, I mean, we're not going to put out details of how to contact people directly, but it's info.ebws@gmail.com. You can send into that one, or you can do the EBWS talks at gmail.com if you want to, because I check them both all the time. So yeah, Swarovski 10x42 ELWP Field Pro binoculars for £1,350, an ATS 65 scope with a 25 to 50 zoom and a stay on case for £1,200, and the Sigma 105 f2.8 OS HSM lens for Canon, boxed with everything complete for £200. So yeah, really good.
I can bring those to Finger and Hoe at the weekend if anyone wants to have a look at them. So yeah,
let us know. Right,
fabulous.
So before we do the next bit of feedback, we're going to be talking to our special guest very soon.
We are.
if they haven't fallen asleep or worse. But
So go.
have we got any feedback?
So Brian Priestley's given Kieran a little bit of a. Oh, it means the broad finger of land which thrusts itself out between the Roman River and Geedon Creek.
Ah,
Oh, it's the
there you
spur
go.
of the dwellers on the finger of land. Oh, there you go. So we weren't far off.
Yeah, no, I thought it was something to do with the land, the way it sort of sticks out and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, Brian. Excellent. Thank you, Brian.
Sean Mulqueen's just joined us, so you probably want to rewind back a bit, Sean, because we got a nice picture of your Christmas tree.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think that is it. Frankie's asked about, he likes to join some of these trips, but he doesn't drive. So if anyone's coming from sort of East London area and would be willing to bring Frankie along, please let us know. Let us know in the chat or drop us an email.
Yep, drop us an email. We can put you in touch. That's great.
Yep.
Right. Shall we bring in a special guest?
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
Why not?
here we go. Hopefully this is going to go
He or
very
her is not
smoothly
falling
and seamlessly. Hey, hello.
You're on mute, mate.
You're on mute, Simon.
Yeah, I am indeed. I
Excellent.
had fallen asleep.
Hi, Simon. How you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm very well, very well.
Yeah.
Everyone well, that end?
Yes. Yeah.
Not
getting
bad.
there.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not too bad. Not too bad. So for anyone that doesn't know, this is Simon Wood. He is the president, El Presidente of
El
the
Presidente. I haven't got my badges on today.
Yeah. And Simon is here to tell us a little story, which, to be fair, is almost unbelievable. Some of you may know this story, but even if you do, let's hear it firsthand from the writer of the story.
Yeah. Well, it's all still seems a bit surreal, really. But I'd had a 3rd of January, I think it was, if I remember well. I'd had a morning out doing a sort of farm bird survey at Lofts Farm, where I regularly walk around. There's one or two of us have regular walks around there. Come home, it wasn't anything particularly special that day, and thought, well, a bit peckish, I'm going to have some lunch. So I sat down, having prepared me lunch, which was yet another selection of Christmas leftovers, which seems to go on forever. And and I just sat down. I was sort of eating away, and I happened to see movement on the patio, 8 foot off to my right. And I looked, and I thought, oh, it's a northern water thrush. Well, you can imagine then what happened, can't you? I mean, I'm familiar with northern water thrush. I've seen quite a lot of them. And there was stunned silence. Then there was a serious line of expletives left my my good self. I won't repeat them for obvious reasons.
No, please don't. It's before 9 o'clock.
And I just looked again, and my brain was sort of having this argument. You know, it is, it isn't, is it isn't. And I thought, well, whatever it is, I've got to get a photo, because if it is what I'm sure it is, I won't believe it, and therefore no one else will. So I grabbed the camera, which fortunately was close by because I'd been out that morning, and I thought it was on. I'd put it up, click, nothing happens. It's not on. So I'm fumbling around. By now my hands are doing this.
Yeah.
And I managed to get 38 shots off in 32 seconds. And moment or two after that, I saw the bird move around the back of our pond, disappeared. That was it. All in less than a minute. So at that point, your brain is trying to process all this, and I just sat down just for a moment. I thought, it's definitely a water thrush, because I was looking at it on the back of the camera. And that euphoria suddenly gives way to, oh dear, what am I doing next? I've always been one of these people that believes that wherever a bird is, managed right, you can put it out. You know, the news can go out, but you find yourself in that position with a bird like this, and you really have to think it through. So I spent the afternoon, the next couple of hours, sort of watching the garden, see if it was coming back, and also discussing how best to release the news with bird guides. And we sort of got this plan together, and I was speaking to bird guides just before 4 o'clock again, and I just happened to look outside again, and there it was on the pond again. And I said, "Oh, beep." Guy at Bird Guides. I said, "It's back in my garden again." And then I saw it fly off, flew out, headed north over towards the canal here, and I thought, oh, well, it's going to roost. So anyway, news gets out. My home address is everywhere on the social media, which I guess would happen anyway. But the news was out, and I must admit, I went to bed with a little bit of trepidation. Got up in the morning. I did sleep, and then I thought, first thing in the morning, I thought I'm going to go and walk over to Haybridge Creek because I thought it might be there. Got over there. There were 2 or 3 guys there, and bingo, they got it there, and that was a big relief. So there it was. So every possible emotion in those few hours. Unbelievable. It's still. I don't think I guess it has sunk in, but it's still very hard to get your head around. I mean, to find a bird like that in the autumn on the sillies would be a mega. But to find it in your garden in January while you're having some Christmas leftovers,
incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
What amazes me with this is of all the gardens that it could appear in, it's yours. You know,
I mean it's just that whole chain of events, isn't it? From the very moment it leaves its nest somewhere in America, that whole chain of things that finally meant that it just happened to land in the garden, someone who knew what it was and who happened to be having their lunch and happened to just see the movement by their back door. You know, it's just.
So do we think it was probably brought across on all those westerlies that we've had recently, those big storms? Is that
I think
consensus?
There was that huge arrival in late September of American passerines that was centered on Pembrokeshire, and the general feeling is it was storm. Forgotten the name of the storm now, but it was that particular storm combined with a quite severe solar storm at the same time. Disorientated an awful lot of birds because there was records of lots of land birds off the east coast of America at the time. So I guess it came across, and then having only ever known flying east, it carried on east. Just drifted east. You know,
why not? And I guess it probably got almost as far as it could and thought, I'll stop here now.
I mean, we don't know how long it was before I found it that it arrived here, of course, but you got the impression pretty soon that it knew what it was doing. It had been around a little while, I reckon.
So how long have you been birding for, Simon?
Since roughly? I was 2, I reckon, 2 or 3.
more than 20 years then.
Yeah, more than 20 years. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I got my first pair of binoculars before I was the age of 10. I know.
Okay.
So yeah.
In all those years, would you say that this is your highlight? Certainly one of the highlights, but would you say it's the highlight of your birding life?
I think for sheer bonkers, for sheer bonkers, it is. I mean, I can remember finding the Baikal teal at Chigborough Lakes. Well, that was actually rarer at the time. I mean, Baikal teal isn't as rare anymore, but that just didn't have quite the same as this. There's just something about finding an American passerine
in your garden.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
And of course, the first person you phoned, who was the first person you phoned?
The very first person I phoned
wasn't me.
Well, what funny thing was that I was talking. I'd been emailing Graham Eakins at the time about other things, and I thought I've got to get someone just to have a quick look at this, just make sure I'm not going completely mad. And I sent it across to Graham, and I think he was a bit incredulous. He just couldn't believe that I just said, "Well, it's in my garden."
Just mad.
But yeah, I mean, it was absolutely mad, absolutely mad.
I'm sure that everyone watching has probably either seen this bird or certainly seen pictures, but that's probably the best I managed. It was a little bit obscured by twigs and stuff, but just to pop it up. So, I mean, when I'll be honest with you, if I saw that, because I've never been to America, let alone birding in America, so I wouldn't have a clue. I'd be having to look at books. I'd probably think it was something different, but I'd also probably think it was maybe a pipit of some kind. You know, looks a
I
bit
mean,
pipity.
they are.
Um,
It is quite pipity. I mean,
mm,
I've seen both northern water thrush and Louisiana water thrush over in
mhm.
America's Central America, Caribbean. And I think my brain straight away ruled out Louisiana water thrush because that's a far whiter, cleaner looking bird
Mm,
than northern water thrush, which tends to have all these sort of duller, almost sort of buffy tones
yeah,
to its
yeah.
plumage, whereas the Louisiana, it's quite white. But yeah, I mean, they are superficially pipit-like. I mean, it's not really thrush-like, certainly.
No.
And the real diagnostic thing about them as well is that makes them a bit pippity wagtaily is when they walk, they bob the tail.
Mm,
So, you know, I saw that doing that on the patio, that first moment I saw it, and it just, well, yeah.
mm. But they're actually they're an, am I right in saying they're an old world warbler or
One of the old world warblers, the
yeah,
American
yeah,
warblers, as they're called.
yeah.
New world warbler, actually.
Oh,
It's not
sorry,
old
New World
world.
Warbler. Sorry,
You're
my
getting
bad.
your olds and your news the
Yeah,
wrong way.
sorry.
Yeah, it's New World Warblers. So yeah, that others in the group were the typical things that we know, like Black Pole Warbler, American
Mm,
Red Start, that sort of thing. And this is one of the slightly more interesting and obscure ones. I mean, there's a few that sort of behave similarly. There's Oven Bird, doesn't look dissimilar, Worm-eating Warbler. There's a few others that have this similar sort of style of living.
okay.
But yeah,
Oh, no,
just
fantastic. And the other thing I was really impressed with, because you had a great idea. Obviously, you're involved heavily with the Ironworks Meadow Nature Reserve just around the
yeah,
corner.
yeah,
So you kind of had a thought that one or two people might want to come and have a look at this bird.
mm.
Um, so you've decided to kind of have a bucket and raise some money, I think, didn't
Yeah.
you?
I mean, that's gone pretty well. We sort of had a bucket, and we also started telling people, you know, giving them details of the website where they could donate online and whatever, and combined with one or two other ways of getting to people, we raised the best part of £600. So that's, you know, it's been a good little bonus for the
Mm,
Ironworks Meadow.
Yeah,
yeah, very
fantastic.
good,
You
very
know,
good.
that's
Did you go and see it, Steve?
I did. I went twice. I think to be fair, I think everyone who's been has either gone there and seen it within like 20 seconds or waited for 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours. And also they're frozen bits of their body they didn't know they had. And quite a few people in the chat have mentioned that tonight. But
Oh,
yeah,
right.
it was
Okay.
it
it was
had it did seem to have this habit of coming in for a few minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, and then disappearing for several hours. And I've never really worked out where it's going. I mean,
Mm,
the feeling is it's probably just working around gardens, or it's got another bit of the ditch that it's just working.
mm,
You know, it's spending more of its time away from the ditch that everyone sees it in than at it. So
yeah.
it's clearly got somewhere else it prefers. So
There's a couple of comments, isn't there, Steve, in the chat? I don't know if you want to read them out.
let's have a look. Where are we starting? Yeah, so a few people are saying good evening to you, Simon. Yeah, Richard Chu said you must have called in some presidential privileges, adding that bird to your garden list. He said an amazing find. He's not jealous at all, honest. And then yeah, Mike O'Hanlon said truly remarkable. Do you realise how many people you are responsible for freezing solid over the following 2 weeks?
yep.
You should have imported some cheap thermals or something so you could set up a market stall.
Well,
Yeah.
funny, yeah, I got some of my neighbours were saying afterwards they should have set up hot dog stalls and things and raised
Yeah,
money
definitely.
charity that
Definitely.
way. But it's there you
I'd have
go.
gone 3 times if that was the case.
I'd still be there.
But no, it's brilliant. I mean, I must admit, I went when I went the first time. It was there were quite a lot of people there, and I wasn't, you know, I'm not a great lover of big crowds, but you know, when I went, I think I went last week or the week before, and there was only like 20 people there. It was really nice.
Mm.
But I'm so glad that those people have got to see it. So that is
Yeah.
And for you, it worked quite well, didn't it? Because you've been without your camera for a little while, hadn't you?
yeah.
And then you got it back, and you managed to get a nice shot of the water thrush. So yeah,
Yes.
that worked out really well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to get the camera back.
Yeah.
And then Richard Chu said, Simon, can we still donate to the reserve? He went 3 times, but he didn't see the bucket. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I haven't got the details immediately available.
If Richard contacts us,
Yes.
Yeah.
we can send him the. So if anyone that's seen the water thrush and hasn't given a donation would like to, and I'm sure those people out there would, yeah, contact us and we will send you the link.
Well, we actually sent out an email a couple of weeks ago with a whole list of stuff on, part of which was about the Ironworks Meadow Reserve and how you can get involved with that.
Yeah.
So hopefully people will have received that if they're on our mailing list. But yeah, if not, just send us an email, info.ebws@gmail.com, and we'll send you back details of how you can get involved, which is great. Robin Wildlife's got a question, haven't they, Steve?
Oh, well, let's have a quick look. I was just going to say, what are you going to find in February? So.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
I'm working on it.
Hold on.
We weren't, while Steve's finding the question, we were going to
Tell you what, Steve.
Here we go. Yeah, sorry.
I'll find another water thrush in March. I'm sure you'll see some of them.
Okay, then. All right, then. I think that's almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
we were going to give the water thrush bird of the year for Essex already, but something else has popped up. So we mentioned earlier on, didn't we? We've now got contenders.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be my bird of the year. I think just because of this, it's not just the bird; it's the story behind the whole thing as well. Just you couldn't write it. You could not write that. Bonkers. Absolutely
bonkers. Bonkers is the word I described.
And in fact, while I'm looking at you two guys, I'm sure I've seen you two together somewhere before on a screen recently. I don't know if that it was on BBC or ITV. I think.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Sure?
BBC appearances.
Weren't that bloke?
It was you.
There's a really rubbish photograph of me on like the BBC website, and I'm going. Like that.
But you always look like that.
Oh, thanks, Simon.
But you've had a lot of interest from media and so forth, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of different interviews with BBC Radio, and also one interview with television, BBC Television, which went out on Look East a couple of times and then went nationally, apparently. Wow. So yeah, it's just been all quite weird, really.
Surreal, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like being a celebrity. I prefer lurking around in the shadows, I think.
For February, maybe just stick to starlings in the garden or something.
Yeah. I think
Dorian Starling or something.
Yeah, the year's only going to go downhill from here, really, though, isn't
it? Yeah. Quick while you're ahead.
Robin Wildlife.
Robin Wildlife has said, is it still there or is it gone now?
Well, it looks as if it's probably gone, but
hang on a minute, what's that?
Oh yeah, let's come back again.
Please don't tell me you've been tricking everyone.
Yeah, it wasn't
with a badge for that.
All the way along, it's been a badge. But no, seriously, I have a feeling it might have disappeared because the last few days there haven't been any definite sightings, and I know today there've been a few people there on and off all day and no sign. I don't think it completely means it's gone. We know it's elusive at times, and it might just be that people haven't been there at the right times, but I'm surprised it's moved on if it has. But you know, the other thing was that there was a lot of sparrowhawk activity around here. And always is, you know, you just don't know. But it was certainly healthy, feeding very well.
Did the ditch freeze up over the weekend? Because it was cold here, wasn't it? I was away, but it was really cold.
Yeah, it didn't freeze. That rarely freezes, that ditch. And we always used to call it the Jacksnipe ditch, because that was where there'd been 1 or 2 records of Jacksnipe. Obviously, it's got a different name now.
Yes.
So we've now got locally, we've now got Lake Baikal, and we've got Water Thrush Creek.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Love it. Well, that definitely sounds like you need to find something else, because things are always going 3. So
that's true.
We need a third. Yeah, we did a third.
Yeah.
Red flank, blue tail bush, I reckon, something like that would be good.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe Essex hasn't had a red flank blue tail. It's about the only coastal county in the whole of East east and
Mad.
southern UK that hasn't had one.
Absolutely mad.
I
Yeah.
know, it's crazy, isn't it? It really,
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
So did you already have that badge, or did you buy the badge to celebrate your find?
I bought that to celebrate the find. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't blame you.
It's just there he is. Look.
I like that. Brilliant.
Does it come with
Oh,
a blue tack?
Complete. Yeah. The blue tack is an extra. You have to pay extra for the blue tack.
I like that. It's good. Did you get it from America then, or?
No, it's the guy. If there's on Facebook, there's Rare Birds Facebook group, Rare Birds Britain and whatever, and there's a guy on there who does pin badges.
Oh wow!
Oh wow, that's good.
So I can't remember his name. Paul something.
Okay.
Good badge, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he does all the rarer birds and does sort of collectible ones as well. So I think there's obviously people collect them.
Excellent. Also, if anyone wants to put in the chat or send us emails a request for the next bird that they'd like you to find, then I'm sure that you'll.
Well, if someone had have asked me to reckon on what the next bird I might find was,
Mm-hmm.
I'd take 1,000 years to guess, I reckon.
No way. No.
Especially not in your garden. I mean, that, as I said just before, that's the thing. When it came up on one of the WhatsApp groups I'm part of, and I kind of looked, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
To be fair, I must admit, I had to look up what a northern water thrush was first.
Well, I must admit that I when it went live, when it went onto Bird Guides, the local Malden WhatsApp group, there was a lot of disbelief on there. One or two people, people I know well. I mean, one person in particular said, "You got something to own up to, Simon." So all I did was I simply sent a photograph of my garden, and you could clearly see where my photo of the bird was.
It had been, yeah.
But you can understand the incredulity. I mean, I had it myself.
Well, especially so close to Christmas, you might have still had some of the sherry left over or something.
Exactly. But yeah, it's just, it keeps going over in my head. It's just bonkers.
And it's also the timing. I mean, if you hadn't have gone into the kitchen to make lunch at that exact moment.
Yeah, it just may have never happened.
And did you see it in your garden anymore after that first day?
I saw it a week and a day later for about 2 seconds. I just happened to look out the window. There it was, walking along the patio like it done before, and it just flipped and went. And a moment later, or 2 minutes later, it was on Bird Guide saying it just returned to the ditch.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I reckon you're right. I reckon it's got a route, like you said earlier on, Steve. It's got a route between garden.
Circuit round.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed it will turn up again soon, because or it's moved on and will turn up somewhere else. Would be nice.
Could do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the weekend again. You might get a few more people looking at it.
Yes.
More determined. Who knows? But it's been a great visitor, and all my neighbours generally loved it. We had one or two little issues, but generally everyone I've talked to around here thought it was great. I think the cafe along the end of the road did quite well at times. So
good.
So,
But do you know how many people roughly came to see it?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to estimate it, and I reckon 2,500 to 3,000 in the end.
Wow.
I mean, it's quite difficult because you've got people coming twice and whatever, but nonetheless, I reckon it was probably about that many.
And anyone from sort of really far afield, do you know?
Well, I heard that. Well, there was definitely people from Scotland, and I heard there was one or two came across from Europe to see it as well.
Wow,
it's really good.
Brilliant. Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty determined.
Yeah, David Smith just mentioned he said he had marsh harrier and sparrowhawk there this morning, but no sign of the thrush. So
yeah. No, it's who knows? Who knows?
Maybe it'll turn up somewhere else. You say.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully the little thing is safe and sound somewhere. It was a cute little bird. So, and Robin Wildlife just put, imagine traveling 500,000 kilometers only to be taken by a spork. Let's hope that hasn't happened.
Yeah, it happens so often actually with rare birds. There's regular occurrences, unfortunately. I mean, I think one of the oldest ones I can remember was there was a suggestion that was it the Nauman's thrush?
Oh yeah, one in Chingford.
Yeah, the Chingford one got
taken.
caught by a sparrowhawk. But there are others, there's more recently. I think one of the oven birds. Now I'm thinking about other birds now. Another of the water thrushes. There was a thought that one of them had got caught by a sparrowhawk as well. So you know.
Well, let's hope it's just gone off and just.
Yeah, well, that's what I like to think.
Somewhere.
It's heading south.
Yeah.
But what an incredible journey to make. I mean, 5,000 odd kilometers is just bonkers. And you know, for a tiny little bird like that, really, to go all that way. Yeah.
But I reckon it got pushed across the Atlantic very quickly. It got up there with the what's it called?
Jet stream.
The jet stream.
Yep.
And probably only took 2 or 3 days to get across. And probably arrived fairly exhausted, but recovered and then just drifted east. So
no, definitely. Yeah. Well done, obviously, from everyone here. Thank you personally, because I mean that's definitely the best bird I've seen in the since I've been birding, in terms of rarity.
Good.
Find something else now.
Well, I'll keep trying. I mean, you could argue that I've used all my luck up this year and I just put my bins down, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
No, keep on trying, mate. There's more to be found out there for sure.
There certainly is. It does make you wonder what else is out there, of course. It does surprise me there haven't been other American warblers found in midwinter yet. There's been the odd thing, hasn't there? There's been the old sparrow down in Cornwall. There's been the odd thing here and there. Reports of American robins here and there, but
it might happen.
It might happen this weekend, mightn't it? Because it's the big garden bird watch this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Or a fingering hole on Sunday.
Who knows?
But we need you to find another 11 by next Christmas, so that Steve and I can sing the 12 birds of Simon Wood's garden. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Right, I think on that note we'll say goodbye. But thank you so much, Simon. Well done again. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations. Superb.
Thank you. See you soon. Take care, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. I mean, everyone dreams of finding like a rare bird, but to find it in your garden, and also like for it to stay around, so like so many people could get to enjoy it. And also the fact they've raised money for the Ironworks meadow. I mean, that's just brilliant.
Yep, raised a load of money, and I still can't. I know Simon must be exactly the same times 100, but I just can't get my head around the fact that it's come all that way and landed in the garden of the president of the Essex Birdwatching Society.
Yep.
You know, and obviously that he knew what it was and could deal with it so well. So yeah, brilliant. And hopefully people watching did get to see it. I know some of the names on here did. And hopefully we all got to enjoy it, and fingers crossed it might still be around somewhere. So tomorrow morning, look in your gardens. Yeah, the big garden bird watch. You never know, it might turn up.
Yeah, cool.
Right. Anything else on the feedback, Steve?
No, I think everything was related to Simon, really. So, I mean, Paul Everett said he spoke to a couple of guys that were from Denmark that had come over. So,
wow.
Like you say,
yeah, it's good. Yeah, really good.
Richard Schuster said, "Thanks, Simon. Amazing story," which we echo that. It's and also we've been on for an hour and 8 minutes. Yeah, well, the second half's shorter than the first, so we're going to go into the break with a little video from John very quickly. This is only 1.5 minutes. So John Ward does his mindful moments. This time around, he's been very, very busy, and I gave him very short notice, heads up. But he's very kindly this afternoon put together just a very small, short waxwing video. So we're just going to enjoy that for 1.5 minutes. So are you ready? Yep, looking forward to John's video. Can you see a little blank screen? I can see a blank screen. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to try and work out how to blank my camera. Hang on a minute. Oh, that's a good point. Oh, crikey. Why can't... Oh, there it is down there. Right. Stop video, stop audio, and I'm going to press play. All right. 3, 2. Mate. See you in a minute.
Oh, there you go. That was sweet.
I love a
Bird,
waxwing. What a
love a
bird.
whack. And that little trill, the little high pitched
Oh,
trill,
it's beautiful, isn't it?
cool little noise. Yeah, lovely noise. Thanks, John. Really appreciate that because I know it was very short notice and you've been busy as well. So brilliant, great work, mate. Thank you. Right, so we have a very quick break, and then second half we're going to rattle through. We've got a few pictures. We've got some pictures from you guys to show. Got a couple of ringing reports to go through very quickly. We've got information on the ringing demonstration pop-up that's going to be happening very soon and how you can get involved with that. And then that's going to be about it, really. A brief, very brief sightings roundup as well. So I reckon the second half can take about 20 minutes, half an hour. So we'll go into a break. Hold on, if I can work out where the break thing is. It was going so well.
Have we got some cheesy music?
We have got some cheesy music. Do you want?
Fantastic.
Hang on a minute. Where are we?
You know that my love of cheesy music. So
should we go with the Linux? Let's go with the Linux because
that's the best.
It's the best one, isn't it?
It's the best one.
Ready?
Yes. We'll see you all in a few moments.
3 minutes, guys.
Lovely.
Oh, sorry.
I'll put my maracas away.
I beg your pardon.
Maracas.
Oh, okay, all right. Right, welcome back, everyone. Okay, second half. We are going to start with where have we been and what have we seen? Which for me won't take very long, so you can go first, Steve.
Okay, mate. So let me share some screens. So yeah, as Matt mentioned earlier, I've got my camera back. So which is very, very, very good news because I was lost without the camera. So thank you to London Camera Exchange for repairing it. So yes, I headed up to Holland Haven earlier in the month. And as we all know, Holland Haven's an excellent place to see purple sandpipers.
Oh, I like that picture.
So just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Different from the usual shots. So yeah, and I headed up to Holland Haven and saw the purple sandpipers. And then I've just got, obviously you can't go out through the winter without going to Abberton. So these are the really record shot of the two velvet scoters that have been hanging around off Abberton Church. Are still there at the moment. So if you've not seen velvet scoter in the county, well worth a visit to Abberton Church at the moment. And then while I was there, I just happened to just be walking along the hedgerow and looked across to my right and saw these pair of yellow eyes staring at me. So these been around for a few weeks, haven't they? You saw them on New Year's Day, I think, Matt, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I saw them both on New Year's Day. I had one flew within literally 10 feet of me, but I didn't have my camera ready, so I just watched it.
Yeah,
but
nice.
That is I've always wanted to get a picture like that. That's a great picture. Love that.
And obviously there's two birds in that picture. So there's this bird, which is quite what I would say was a regular coloured bird, but there's also this much darker bird in the background. So but I don't think they've been seen for a while, so I presume they've moved on now.
Yeah, okay.
Which is a bit of a shame. So that's Abberton. And obviously the thrush that likes water from the north. So yeah, so I had much better views of that. And as I said earlier, there were only 20 people there, so that was really nice.
Lovely.
And then I did my first tour of the year down to Cornwall, Devon and Cornwall at the weekend, or last weekend just gone. And we had quite a few nice birds. Obviously, it was Storm Isha, Storm Jocelyn, bit of everything going on. But yeah, nice Wimbrel on the Hale Estuary. Nice male green-winged teal.
Very nice.
Which is the right-hand bird with that sort of vertical white stripe. So that was on the Hale Estuary. A nice ring-billed gull.
Wow.
Having a bit of a yawn. But yeah, we saw some really, really good birds. We saw cell buntings and divers and and I had a lovely group of customers as well. So that was really nice. And then yesterday I was working up at Rabness and Mistley. So again, anyone that watches the show knows that Mistley, Matt did a wonderful guide to the bird watching sites at Mistley along the walls there. So yeah, red-breasted mergansers, really, really nice. Get good views of those. Great for greenshank at low tide.
Excellent.
Yesterday afternoon, and then had this bird. We're going to feature ringing a little bit a bit later, but so yeah, this colour ringed avocet, and Ed Keeble, who bird watches the store often, so this is apparently it's a satellite tag bird.
Okay.
It breeds in Holland.
Yep.
But they're just waiting for the satellite, the little solar panel for it to charge up, for it then to send back more information. So
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I will be this weekend or early part of next week. I will be sending off the details, and also we had a colour ringed redshank there as well, which is from the Orwell estuary.
Fabulous. So I guess when the tracker thing charges back up, it kind of just sends a load of information back again.
I assume so.
Yeah.
So
Oh, brilliant.
yeah. So and that is me done really. No, not too much this month. Richard Hughes just said, "Did I get to see the wintering golden oriole in Cornwall?" No, it went about a week before I got there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Several people saying they like your short-eared owl shot as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks
That's
everyone. Yeah, yeah, right place, right time. That's what he said with Simon. It's a lot of this bird watching like is right place, the right time.
You
know, obviously there's a bit of skill involved, but yeah.
I think the shorties for me because they've got that kind of it was front-facing eyes. It's like a human expression almost, isn't it?
Yep.
And yeah, they're so piercing. That yellow. It's so
yeah,
I think if I was a vole or something, you can understand. I'd just freeze. You know. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'll do mine really quickly. And here we go. So mine are very boring compared to yours, but in fact, no. I'm gonna withdraw that. I'm gonna withdraw that comment. No birds are boring. Every bird is brilliant, and my photos are a bit rubbish, but the birds are superb. So this was on literally just on Boxing Day actually, because that was after the last show, wasn't it? So Ardley Reservoir, just managed to get a shot of the great white egret, and with a little egret in the background. So just a bit of comparison shot there.
Nice comparison, yeah, lovely.
And then on the 6th of January, I managed to get around the corner to the waxwings again, and the sun came out, which was a bit of a rare occurrence at the beginning of the month, wasn't it? If you remember,
it was rather, yeah.
Got a couple of shots. Yeah, I was pleased with that one. It's really
look at that wing
colours. Beautiful, aren't they? They're so pretty. And then obviously you've got to have the obligatory just about to swallow a berry. And then of course, after it swallowed the berry's gone, but it's still got its beak open. So that's a great that's a caption contest picture, I think, isn't it? That one.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
And then we had a really good farm walk, didn't we?
Indeed.
And out sort of towards the Braintree area of the county. We managed to find a couple of tawny owls, and this was one of them, best shot I got, but I quite like it because it's sort of peeking out from behind the trunk there and just looking a bit sleepy. So I went all year without seeing tawny owl last year and managed to get one quite early in the year this year. And then of course, yes, the water thrush pitch you've all seen already. And then I had a fairly close encounter with a green woodpecker, which was quite interesting.
That's nice.
Pecking away. You can see its bill is really dirty, so it's also been grubbing around for ants and worms and goodness knows what in the soft earth. So quite enjoyed watching that for a few minutes. And then just a song thrush, but nice light and just some berries. And I love a song thrush. And I've seen a few song thrushes already this year. So
yeah, and they're starting to sing now. They're singing.
Yes.
And it just goes to show the importance of ivy as well. I know we all probably know this, but ivy is one of the most important wildlife plants there is. Great for bees, insects, but also the berries are great for birds. So
absolutely. There's going to be stuff in there this time of year as well, isn't there? So the berries and probably little grubs and things that are eggs or whatever, they're going to be laid in the leaves. So yes. And then of course, yes, got the obligatory record shot of the velvet scoters. And finally, we had a nice walk with John Ward, didn't we?
We did. That last Thursday, wasn't it?
Yes, and this was my bird of the day that day, which was a cracking male lesser redpoll. So yeah, really lovely bird, and the skies were just stunning that day, weren't they? Blue sky.
There was no wind. It was yeah. And we were saying, I think someone was asking earlier about the redpolls. You can see that dark brown.
Oh yes, sorry. Hang on, just to bring it back here really quickly.
I think it was Nick Lay, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, so it's very brown on the back, and it's on the front as well, isn't it? It's kind of got that browny tinge underneath.
Yeah.
And a mealy redpoll would be a little bit bigger, and it would be just a lot whiter base underneath, I think, and a little bit
slightly
pale on the back.
Whiter wing bars and
yeah. So if it was a browny looking redpoll, then it's going to be a lesser redpoll. Right. There we go. Excellent. Me done. So we've got some pictures that people have sent in. So let me just cue them up ready if you want to.
You cue them up. So there's a few people asking about a certain bird down in Southend.
Oh, yeah, well, we might be talking about that later on.
Talk about that.
Mm.
Yeah, Richard Chu said, nice one, Matt, little and large for your egrets.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Robin Wildlife's had some great encounters with redwings in ivy at Loughton Station. Such an important plant. So yeah, like I said, it's
100%. Yeah, really.
And then Nick said, yeah, blue sky makes all the difference. It certainly does. You know, rather than those horrible gloomy grey days that we've been having. So yeah.
Definitely. Right. Okay. So I think I'm ready. But first of all, Mick Woodruff has sent us an email and he's put he has a telescope mule for sale.
Oh,
purchased from Sky Spy, and he would take £30 for it. And he's going to bring it to Fingering Howick on Sunday. So I think mule is a mule pack. Basically, it's a backpack that you can obviously put stuff in, but you can also attach your tripod to it as well, so you can carry a scope on your back. So really handy way of carrying the scope around for a day, having your lunch, having a guidebook and maybe a pocketbook or something.
Yep.
And then obviously you can just take it off, set your scope up and do a bit of birding. So one of those, £30. If anyone's interested, he'll be bringing it to Fingering Howick on Sunday. So thanks, Mick. Right, where are we? Let's do a bit of screen sharing. Here we go. So can you see a picture?
I can. Oh, wow.
Excellent. So these were sent in from Andrew Brown. So thanks, Andrew, if you're watching. And even if you're not watching, thank you very much. So this is a picture of 33 greenfinches at Blue House Farm.
Wow.
I'm not going to count them all, but greenfinches are wonderful little birds. Love greenfinches. And again, unfortunately, it's one of those birds that they're in decline, aren't they? You don't see them regularly, really, do you? So he also had, obviously, the northern water thrush. That's a very nice picture.
Oh, that's lovely.
Very good. And that was on the 14th of January. And the white stork, guess where that was taken, Steve?
Well, let me guess. Stanway Tip. I recognise the field.
Exactly. Yeah, Stanway Landfill. And that was on the 17th of January. He's tried 8 times so far, and that's the only time he's seen it. So it's a bit elusive, but
it is. And I think it's gone. It's in Suffolk now. It's up near Sudbury. So
well, wait and see. Give us a few moments. I might be able to give you some more information on that. So he also said that he did get a glimpse of kingfisher and heard a water rail when he was watching the northern water thrush, and he's on 88 birds for the year so far, and he hopes to add a few to that and catch up with a few members on Sunday. So that's Andy and Tara, and they're going to be there on Sunday at Fingering Howick, so look forward to seeing them.
Nice to see them. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. Right, here we go. So this was sent in to the society, and this is from a gentleman called Den Heslop. And he's put, by chance, I took a circular route home today from the gliding club to Fordham Heath via Nayland and spotted a little egret in the flooded fields along Bures Road. Parked up to take a picture, but it flew off immediately. Looking beyond this area, I then noticed what turned out to be a white stork perched high up in a distant tree. Cropped image attached, it was a long way off. He's put, not sure if this is a rarity in the Essex Suffolk area, but an online search suggests only 25 per year in the UK. So I would guess that this is probably the Stanway bird, do you reckon?
Almost. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was taken in Nayland. He didn't say exactly when it was, but maybe that's where it's kind of roosting or going to. That make a bit of sense.
Matt, sorry, just a quick question.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Graham Mees just mentioned, he said, any chance of getting the photos full screen? Is that doable?
Are they not? Is that better?
It's better, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise. Okay. Right,
Yeah.
tell you what, very quickly, we just flick back through the ones. Just hang on, there we go. So that's the greenfinches.
Yeah.
That's the water thrush.
Yeah, cool.
Apologies. White stork and white stork again. Right, here we go. So these are pictures from Frankie Robertson. He sent in a few pictures. So that is a meadow pipit, big long claws and lovely streaky plumage. Then we have a marsh harrier, I think, female. Yep, can just about make out the golden on the forewings. We've got a kestrel, male kestrel. It's rather nice, young male kestrel, I think, by the looks of it.
Yeah, young male, yeah.
Good. Then we have some waders, which look like dunlin.
Yeah, dunlin.
Yep, dunlin. Little brown short legs and yep, lovely. And we have some more waders, which aren't dunlin. These look like godwits, probably black-tailed godwit, I reckon.
Oh, yep, nice.
Yep, fantastic. Thank you. Oh, grey plover. That's nice.
Well, like a great
It's grey spangled plumage and a little mark behind its eye. Big fat bill. And then we have, well, we know what that is, don't we?
Yeah, the old water thrush.
Water thrush.
Well, what's better?
There's a theme going on here. Oh, that's nice. That's a little Slavonian grebe. Gorgeous. So very black and white plumage, very black and white on the head with a clear line and little pale tip on the bill. You can just about make out there.
Beautiful. All right, that's a good shot.
And we have three. Oh, I was going to say two golden eye, but there's another one there, isn't there? So two male and one female golden eye. There's not one behind my camera, is there? No. Okay.
No, just the three.
They're nice. And then final picture from Frankie is a female goosander. Very nice. Thank you very much for sending those in.
Yeah, brilliant. Nice
Now,
shot.
these are interesting. I bumped into Glenn Moore the other day at Abberton, and he posted pictures of this bird, I think on the local WhatsApp group, and I've only popped a couple of them on here, I think. And unfortunately, I didn't put the one that I wanted to put on there, which is really annoying. Actually, I should have done. But this is a bird. I might, when I'm talking, I might be able to do it later on. He found this bird close to you, didn't he?
He did. It was just up the road from me, up near Copford Church. But yeah, it's an interesting looking bird. This is.
Now, when he put it on, it went on a WhatsApp group. It's actually got quite a red tail, which is why I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and my instant thought was, "Is that a red-tailed hawk?" Which I've never seen a red-tailed hawk, but I googled it, and it kind of looked like a red-tailed hawk.
Yeah.
But then he said he posted it elsewhere, and people have just said, "Oh no, it's just a pale-faced buzzard." But
it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right for a buzzard.
It looks
unless
weird.
It's some sort of weird hybrid thing. But
maybe. I mean, you can just about see some of the red here.
Yeah.
The red extends down here. The legs just don't look right for buzzard legs. But
no. I mean, obviously buzzards are incredibly variable, but that's just.
Let's go back here again. Yeah, I mean, there were a couple other pictures. I should have put them on. Sorry, apologies. Been a bit of a rush. But would anyone got any comment on that? What do they think? What does anyone think it might be? Anyway, right, that's that. Then we've got Graham Mere Old Lee. There's a red shank. Very nice. Thank you, Graham. Lovely. And I like this one.
I love the water.
That almost looks like a black and white picture because it's a sanderling.
Yeah.
And it's on the water. That almost looks like it's been taken in black and white. That's lovely.
I like that frame. That'd be a nice frame, that would.
Yeah, really nice.
What
good.
cracker that is.
Jan Lewis. So Jan Lewis said a few pictures. It was Scorp with Potchard at Hanningfield, which is good. So Scorp at the front, female Scorp, and the female Potchard at the back. Then we've got red-crested Potchard, again, female type. Yeah, female, in fact, yeah. At Hanningfield as well. And a black-throated diver at Wallasey. Nice. Fantastic. Really, really cracking shot of the white flank patch there, diagnostic white flank there. And Jan is on 120 for the year so far, which is good. Yes, well done, Jan. Thank you. Then we have Jonathan Norgate. Jonathan sent in some pictures. I've just chosen a few of those, but again, a lovely picture of one of the, I presume, Abberton shorted owls. That's a cracker. Snow bunting, which would have been on East Mersey. Yep, Mersey. Yep, nice. Good. And in fact, it's two snow bunting, one in the front, and you can see one. I haven't noticed that one. Right. So this, I love this because it shows you these are curlew, obviously, and we all know how big curlew are. This great big monster. Well, Steve, you can tell us what it is, can't you? So it was a young glaucous gull. So, and obviously, they used to be quite a regular bird in Essex, but most winters we get one or two. But they've been very scarce the last few years. And this one was at the Colchester Hythe, wasn't it? I think. Yes, yeah. This one was at the Hythe. It turned up, and then I think you refound it a couple of days later. Oh, I presume it's the same bird at Abberton, didn't you? Yeah, I found it on New Year's Day at the dam at Abberton. Just scanning around and thought there was a big white gull out there. And, that's massive. And then it turned up. I think Darryl Rums found it back up Stanway gravel pits. Yes, the following day. So. And then I don't think it's been seen again, so it must be out there somewhere. I mean, it looks like it's got pretty much great black back size almost, isn't it? It is. They are bordering on, absolute brutes. Yeah. Right, good. Oh, another picture of it as well. Just doing a bit of a pose. Yeah, lovely. Thanks for that, Jonathan. And then we've got Julia Todd, Dunlings, Sanderlings, and ringed plovers. And she said it's a large flock of roosting dunlin, sanderlings, and ring plovers that she saw right in front of me on the beach at Shrewsbury Ness. There were also turnstone there as well. So her total for the year so far, when this was sent in, was 65, mainly at Abberton, Heybridge Basin, and Shrewsbury Ness. So yeah, thanks very much, Julia. Nice picture. And then Richard Chu sent some pictures in. So we got a bullfinch.
Nice.
And this was taken, crikey, where are we? Bullfinch was at Sculthorpe Moor up in Norfolk.
Yep. Oh, it's a really good place for them.
Got nuthatch again up at Sculthorpe Moor as well. Lovely photos, really nice photos. Then we've got waxwing. The waxwing was obviously Colchester,
That's
but
nice.
I love that picture because look at the green background.
Green background, gorgeous. Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, really lovely. And again, another waxwing, obviously taking a berry. Lovely.
They're wonderful birds.
Then we've got shorelarks, and these were taken up in Holcombe. Nice male at the front. I presume it's male. Is it male? Yeah.
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 I'm not sure they're overly able to sex them this time of year, but it's quite bright and
yeah, it looks it, doesn't it? Very nice, thank you. And then we got a male. Where was this? Oh, this was at Heybridge. So taking a Heybridge in or over the ditch during the long, cold, frost-bitten waits for the northern water thrush. So there's a mallard, a buzzard, common buzzard, common snipe. That's a nice bird. Oh, there's the water thrush.
Oh,
and a kestrel.
Oh, lovely.
The kestrel got something. Yeah, it has. Hasn't it?
Yeah. What is that?
It's got a water thrush. That's where it's got. That looks like
weird.
A tail to me. Does that look like a tail?
Yeah, unless it's some sort of mouse tail. It looks weird.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Okay. Nice pictures. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, Richard.
And then we got Steve Cox has sent in pictures from Fairlock Waters of a young yellow-legged gull. And he said in his email he was very, very pleased that he actually managed to identify it as a yellow-legged gull. And I think really you're looking at probably the sort of big, bulky black bill, quite a pale-looking head with a bit of an eye mask going on, a wedge shape on the tail, on the black terminal band on the tail. It's kind of thinner at the outside edges than it is in the middle, so it's a bit of a wedgy shape. And I think plumage-wise, they don't have the little window in the secondaries that herring gulls have. They're just a general browner plumage, a brown bar
Smart
across.
bird.
Tells you that it's lovely, isn't it?
Smart
and obviously
bird,
you can see that dark grey plumage coming through there as well. Really smart. Love that. And that's it. So that's the picture we've been sent in. Now we have also been sent in. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, there you go. Right, good. Very quickly. I'm aware that time is ticking and we want to be done on time tonight-ish. So there's a video which Dave Dutton has sent in. And it's on here somewhere. Here we go. Right. Can you see that?
Yep.
Now this was taken, I think, at the Hythe or on the coals.
Yeah, it was Colchester Hythe, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. So we've got two mallards, obviously. We've got a herring gull. And we've got
a black-throated diver.
Lovely. And you can see the black-throated diver. I mean, it's very black and white. You've got the white flank here. It's got the sort of straight line divide between the dark and the pale on the neck as well. And it's just this big. Just proving diver. Love that. Excellent. So thanks for sending that in, Dave. That's really good to see. And we've got some ringing stuff as well, haven't we? So were we going to do that next quickly or not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah. I mean, a few people.
Cool.
Hold on. Yeah, Richard Chu said the kestrel was carrying something and it had blood on its beak, but no one could work out what it was. So
okay.
Yeah, and Graham said thank you for making the screen bigger. So that's all good.
Oh, yes, good. Yeah, sorry, it wasn't. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, people are asking about a certain diver down at the south end, which we'll cover in a second. Yep. A lot of people have been there today, but no, it didn't show. But it was reported again at 4:15 this afternoon. So
okay. So
hopefully it'll be found again.
Right, hang on. Let me see if I can set these up. So this might all go horribly wrong. Can you see? Hang on a minute. Oh my goodness, it's gone wrong. Hold on. Here we go. Right. Can you see a picture of a waxwing?
Yep.
Right. So this was sent in by Jackie or Paul and Jackie Everett. So thanks very much for sending in. And this is waxwing Woo, I think. which is white, orange, I presume. On here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was one of the Colchester birds, and they reported it. And waxwing woo, so this is the reply they got back. We'll go with woo if you're happy with that. Such an interesting bird, well done. And woo was originally ringed, I think, up in Aberdeen, and then spent a little while in Stoke, somewhere around here, I think.
Okay.
And then from Stoke came all the way through to Colchester. So that's 200 and, hang on a minute, is that 240 kilometres total? Or no, sorry. 460 to Stoke and then 240. So Stoke, yeah.
That's more like it. Yeah.
That's the Stoke, that makes sense. That's the Stoke to Colchester journey. So Aberdeen's obviously up here somewhere. So 460 kilometres to Stoke, and then Stoke to Colchester is 240 kilometres. That's 700 kilometres, which is absolutely crazy. And then there was also, I think, another bird, Bob, which is a juvenile male, ringed again in Aberdeen, blue, orange, blue, hence Bob. Headed south, and it went to Stoke-on-Trent as well. And then also ended up in Colchester. So I guess it's the same, part of the group.
Yeah.
But other birds ring that day amongst the 38, and were have been reported in Scotland, in Dunblane, in Glasgow. What does that say? In England, in Knaresborough.
No, Knaresborough, yeah.
Yeah,
Boston.
Oh my goodness.
And then the Colne.
Fantastic.
In Lancashire, and then Newcastle.
So again, I mean, there's so many waxwings around, haven't there? There's been a really good influx of waxwings. And it's always good if you see these birds with rings on. We covered it before. Report the rings, and there's a video on our YouTube website. If you go and explore that, to tell you how to report rings.
Yep.
Right. So we've got this one from Graham Me. This is you know what this is, Steve, don't you?
It's world's best bird. That is the Mediterranean gull.
So that's R6TU on a green ring. And also, I think there was another picture from Graham from Southend, and this one is AKNP, I think it looks like.
Yep, it looks like, yeah.
And I don't know if I can do a screen share. This might not work. Can you see a PDF now or not? Or can you still see the bird?
No, picture of Meg.
Right, let me just do that and then start again, because Graham sent in some information about the one of the birds as well. This is R6TU, the green one. And this was ringed in France in July 2022. And from France, it decided to pop over to Southend in September 2022, and it kind of spent the winter in Southend. Then it wasn't reported last summer at all. Obviously went somewhere else to breed, I would imagine, or to try and breed maybe. And then back to Southend again for this winter. So this is, Graham said that it's CR, hang on, here we go. CR-birding.org, which is one of the sites that you can report to.
Yep.
They are appealing for sightings of colour-rung Mediterranean gulls. So they're saying basically, if you see any colour-ringed Mediterranean gulls anywhere in the county or anywhere at all, please report them, because the data is really, really useful, which is good.
Right.
And then back to here, there was one more, I think, which was sent in by Mo, which is this one just here. So this is another med gull, I think.
Yep.
It looks of it. And hold on one second. Sorry, I just need to get Mo's.
What's that? AZ7S or TS?
I think it's AZTS.
TS, okay.
I think so, yeah. So we're just going to share the information from that. Nice picture, by the way.
Yeah, nice.
And here we go. So this one was ringed on the 8th of July. I presume that's the first time it's been reported, the ring. 8th of July at, oh goodness, Ruchback Gravel Pit.
Yeah, so it was ringed as a chick. So yeah, that's right, nested.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, ringed in Germany in 2019. And from Germany, it came all the way across to St. Joseph.
Wow.
Then it went back to Germany, different place. And then I went back to where it came from. Goodness, look at that, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. And then back to West Mersey Beach.
But again, it hasn't been seen for 4 years.
2024. That's mad. Look at that. July 2020 to January 2024, when Dave reported it.
I say, this just shows the importance of ringing.
Absolutely, because those people, they not only know where the bird is and where it's been traveling, but they also know that it's still alive and how old it is and so on and so forth. So that is fabulous.
And Mike O'Hanlon also saw my Avocet that I reported. So as soon as I get the information, hopefully on next month's show, we'll get some data on that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
then go on.
Talking about ringing. Oh, sorry, go on.
I'll just say quickly, just back to some of the pictures. Carla Davis said, looks like a reptile tail in that kestrel claw.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Richard Chu said he's never seen a red-tailed hawk, but he's had a quick look on good old Google, and he said it does look very similar. So, yeah, and Paul Everett says, yeah, woo the waxwing.
Yep.
Across the chat. Yeah. So yeah, great. Sorry about that.
Cool. No, that's cool. Right. So let's have a look at what we're going to do next. Here we go. So we've got ringing. We've got a ringing demo, haven't we?
We have. Yep. So not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, the 4th of February.
And we're not going to really tell you much about it other than the fact that it's one of our pop-ups. Yep. So we do a range of different pop-ups. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something on my phone at the same time. We do a range of pop-ups throughout the year. We're hoping to run more this year, and this is the first one of the year. It's a ringing demonstration pop-up, very kindly being done by David Wilkinson and his team from the South Essex Ringing Group, and it's back at Wat Tyler again, isn't it?
Should be. Yep. Fingers crossed. Yep.
But we're not going to tell you when. We're not going to tell you how to take part. What I'm going to show you is this, because this year we decided to make things a little bit easier. We're going to only advertise information about the pop-ups via email, and you need to join our mailing list. So we've got 856 people on the mailing list at the moment, which is really good. So thanks to everyone that's on there. If you're not on there, this is how to join. If you go to our homepage on our website, scroll to the bottom of the homepage, you'll see this form in the middle. And if you fill in the form, the only bit you have to fill in, to be fair, is the email address. You don't have to put your first and last name in, but it'll be good if you can, because then your email will be personalized. And then you will find out about our pop-ups and demos and bits and pieces. So please fill that in, and we're going to be advertising the ringing demo pop-up. I'm probably going to chimp that out on Sunday, I think, Saturday or Sunday. So get on there, register, and then if you want to take part, you'll receive an email over the weekend. That's that. Right.
Very good. Very good.
Okay. Go on.
We got it. So
I don't know what's next. Sorry, I'm trying to put another couple of pictures of this hawk on the computer very, very quickly.
Yeah, well, because time's ticking on now,
It really is.
We're being nearly a couple of hours now. So just quickly, the sightings. I'm going to go incredibly briefly through this to the south of the county. So Bradwell has had Bradwell and the Dengie Coast had 2 red-breasted geese. So the first winter and an adult, as well as black brant, pale belly Brent. As we mentioned about waxwings earlier, Chafford 100, Shoeburyness, Whittam in the south has all had waxwings.
Yep.
Down at East Tilbury, Dartford Warbler and Black Redstart.
Good.
There's been a bittern in the valley, so the wintering birds.
Lovely.
There's been a few white-fronted geese down at Canvey. There was a grey phalarope oak at Thorpe Bay yesterday, or the day before yesterday.
Good birds.
But pretty much, apart from the water thrush, which we know about, the other bird of the contender of the bird of the year is white-billed diver. Was found off Southend Pier by Vince Kinsler yesterday.
Right.
It's a second record for Essex. It's the first sort of twitchable one. I think Paul Brayshaw had the first one flying past.
Yep.
It was there all yesterday afternoon. It's been reported again this afternoon.
Oh, brilliant. There's been some good pictures, actually. I think 1 or 2 decent pictures out there of it.
Yeah,
so
it's been reported last knockings from Southend Pier before the pier closed. So hopefully weather conditions are much calmer the next few days. So hopefully more reports will come out and more people will see that. So yeah.
I think, that's Paul Brayshaw's had one fly past, for instance, hasn't he? But this is going to be the first sort of one that people can go and enjoy.
Yeah, first reachable one, yeah.
I think the pier is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, if I'm correct.
I believe so, yeah.
Yep. But hopefully over the weekend or Wednesday onwards next week, you might be able to go and have a look at that. Right. I've got a couple to do as well, but while I'm doing that, I'm just going to check. Can you see that?
Yep.
So we've got the 2 pictures there. This is the pictures from Glenn. I'm going to leave them on the screen while I'm talking about sightings. So Holland Haven have had white-fronted geese, jack snipe, purple sandpipers. Stour Estuary has had Slavonian grebe and hooper swan. Abberton, the canvasback was last seen right at the beginning of the month on the 3rd. 2 velvet scoters, as we said already. Black-throated diver also been at Abberton. 3 smew, including a drake. And as we mentioned earlier, Steve had the glaucous skull at the beginning of the month. Fingering hoe, as we know from earlier, has had a black-neck grebe. Might still be around for Sunday, fingers crossed. And there was a little gull reported earlier in the month. waxwings all over the place in and around Colchester, several locations. Mersey, great northern diver and snow buntings, and Old Hallmarsh redneck grebe as well, which is a very nice bird. And then Paul Brayshaw has very kindly sent in a brief summary from Frinton. So December ended with large numbers of red-throated divers offshore, with three-figure counts continuing until the second week in January, when the birds dispersed. Peak counts included 480 on the 23rd of December, 825 on the 31st, 325 on New Year's Day, and 406 on the 5th of January. Single great northern divers were noticed on the 25th of the 12th and the 10th of January. So he was actually birding on Christmas Day. Good man. The divers were joined by good numbers of gannet, 22 on the 27th of December. Kittiwake, he had 158 on the 28th of December. And auks, there were 13 razorbill and 25 large auk species on the 31st of December. Other bits and pieces included single great and Arctic skua at the end of December, little gull at the beginning of January, and a shag on the 16th. And the cold weather to our north and east prompted a couple of decent wildfowl movements. Totals on New Year's Eve included 210 widgeon and 230 pintail, whilst the 5th of January saw 257 widgeon, 71 common scoter, and 6 eider, plus an unseasonal fulmar. Wow. And he's put on here to end on an optimistic note. Whilst February is statistically the quietest month offshore, the first evidence of spring passage should be visible in a month's time. So spring is on the way. Right. What do you think of these two pictures, Steve?
Yeah, that's not a buzzard.
It doesn't look like a buzzard to me, does it? I mean, Glenn, I was talking to Glenn. Glenn's seen millions of buzzards, and he said his first impression was, that's not a buzzard. And you can see the red on the tail here. So I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, let's say, unless it's got some sort of falconer's bird that's got some red-tailed hawk genes in it or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. But obviously, there's no Jessies or anything on it. But he did say let him go quite close to it. I mean, he thinks it might be a hybrid. Maybe a hybrid buzzard, red tail, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, but interesting. Anyone in the chat's got like a minute, basically, because we're just coming to a close now.
Yeah, Richard Shue said needs to do a DNA test. So, yeah.
What Richard does or the bird?
No, I think the bird.
Okay, all right.
So I think that's what he means. Who knows?
Right, I think we've done everything. We've gone a little bit over by about 20 minutes, sorry. But we're there, I think.
We tried. Yep. So, yep. Don't forget Wallasey Island next field trip. My evening talk next Friday in Chelmsford. Fingering Hoe on Sunday. Register for our mailing list for our pop-up events.
Yes, ringing pop-up.
Subscribe,
like us, subscribe, join us, join the society. £16, loads of stuff, merchandise, buy merchandise, and there was something else, but my mind's just completely gone blank. That's it.
I don't know what it is, but
I'm going to shut down now. But yeah, the conference obviously in March. Yes. Yep. So email us about the conference if you're interested. There's going to be a proper page on the website over the next week with more details and information. So keep a lookout for that as well. Yep. So thank you very much for watching. We hope we'll see some of you, maybe even all of you, on Sunday at Fingering Hoe. That'd be good.
Yep, be good.
And we're going to go and get some sleep because you've got to be up early in the morning, haven't you?
I've got to go up at 4, yeah. So,
right, okay.
Fine.
On that note, I think
thanks for watching, everybody.
Richard said he's had enough tests recently, so okay. Yeah, everyone's saying thank you. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Really good start to the year. Robin Wildlife says hybrid seems likely on that bird, so maybe that could be an explanation. Yeah. Right. Sorry if you've missed anything, anyone, but thank you very much indeed, and we'll see you all on Sunday or next month.
We'll be back. We'll be back next month for another Birds of Essex, hopefully.
And now we're going to sing a song. No, we're not. Right, bye. See you later.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.